A common explanation for rising obesity rates is that modern humans have become dramatically less active than our ancestors. We drive more, work at desks, and spend more time in front of screens than ever before. While it's true that lifestyle has changed, the idea that reduced physical activity is the dominant cause of the obesity epidemic doesn't fully hold up under scrutiny. What's becoming increasingly clear is that total energy expenditure, the number of calories we burn each day, has not declined as much as many believe. Instead, what has changed dramatically and consistently is the quality of the food we consume. It's not that we're burning drastically fewer calories, it's that we're eating more of the wrong ones. Studies comparing hunter-gatherer societies to modern populations reveal a surprising insight. When adjusted for body size, modern humans often expend about the same amount of energy as our more active ancestors. This includes total daily energy expenditure, which accounts not only for physical activity, but also for all the energy used in maintaining basic functions like breathing, digestion, and temperature regulation. In other words, even though our routines have shifted, our bodies still require a similar amount of energy to function. What's changed is the environment, and most notably the food. In past generations, diets were built around whole grains, legumes, vegetables, unrefined oils, and modest portions of animal protein. Meals were prepared from scratch, eaten at home, and consumed in structured settings. These foods were more filling, slower to digest, and naturally limited in energy density. In contrast, today's industrialized diets are flooded with ultra-processed foods, products engineered for convenience, taste, and shelf life rather than nourishment. They're high in added sugars, refined fats, and low in fiber and protein. These components make it easier to overconsume calories while feeling less full, and they disrupt normal appetite regulation in the process. The shift in food composition is central to understanding why obesity has risen across virtually all age groups and nations undergoing economic development, even in the absence of major shifts in physical activity. We're no longer eating foods that help our bodies recognize when we've had enough. Instead, we're consuming foods that bypass these natural mechanisms, quick digesting, hyperpalatable, and often consumed in large portions. From breakfast cereals that resemble dessert to coffee drinks with the calorie content of a meal, modern eating patterns are saturated with hidden calories. Another important factor is that people today often don't realize how calorie-dense their food has become. A typical takeout meal can contain 1,500 to 2,000 calories, more than an entire day's worth for some individuals. And yet these meals often leave people unsatisfied or hungry again shortly after. This mismatch between energy intake and satiety leads to habitual overeating, without the awareness that calories have spiked. This isn't about blaming individuals. The modern food environment makes it genuinely difficult to maintain a balanced energy intake. Highly processed foods are everywhere, inexpensive, heavily advertised, and socially normalized. At the same time, they are rarely satisfying in the way that whole foods are. Most people are not making poor choices because they lack willpower. They're navigating a system that rewards fast, cheap, high-calorie options and punishes slower, more mindful eating. Still, this reality opens up a path forward. If we accept that energy expenditure hasn't declined dramatically, but food quality has, then the solution becomes more manageable. It's not about trying to burn off thousands of extra calories through punishing workouts. It's about recalibrating what we eat. Prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods, vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, whole grains, and lean proteins helps restore balance. These foods naturally regulate appetite, reduce overeating, and support metabolic health without the need for strict calorie counting or obsessive tracking. Even small shifts make a difference. Swapping refined snacks for whole food alternatives, cooking more meals at home, reducing sugary drinks, and slowing down at meals can lead to sustainable improvements. And when these individual efforts are supported by broader structural changes, like clearer food labeling, nutrition education, and better access to healthy foods, the effects can ripple through entire communities. Ultimately, blaming obesity on declining energy expenditure oversimplifies a much more nuanced reality. The problem isn't that we've become drastically lazier, it's that our food has changed in ways our bodies are not designed to handle. Recognizing this reframes the challenge of weight management in a more empowering light. Rather than fighting our biology with ever more exercise, we can work with it by improving the quality of what we eat, and that is a change entirely within reach.